Good evening and happy Friday and happy Cinco de Mayo. I don't know how they say that in Spanish.
That's exactly how you say it.
I mean, do they say Felicidad or something?
No, Cinco de Mayo.
No, that's
in
Christmas.
Spanish.
Yeah, I know that, but I mean, happy Cinco de Mayo. Anyway,
Oh, I see.
that's okay. So welcome everyone to this happiness meetup. This has been founded by the visionary entrepreneur, high-tech executive, coach, and now she's a founder of Happiness Factor LLC, and she's also written the book Find Your Happy, a survivor's guide to finding happiness. This is available on Amazon.com.
Okay.
And recently she's been invited to be on the Forbes coaches list. She made the list. Anita has an MBA background and she was working in HR in the high-tech industry. And her life's mission is to empower happiness for both individuals and organizations. And she genuinely wants to solve some of the world's most pressing problems. One of the things that I've always admired about Anita is she's a very talented individual. She's multifaceted. She's a coach today, but then she has starred in Zumba videos, she's starred in plays, she's an award-winning poetess, and then she got involved with self-development, and she has trained with some of the very best, such as Tony Robbins, Brendon Burchard, Chloe Madanis, Ken Minkus, Bo Eason, Jeff Walker, Oprah Winfrey, and Deepak Chopra. And I didn't know much about Tony Robbins before I met her, I should say. But she told me that she loves walking on fire. And you can ask her more about it. And then she also loves to climb mountains and she loves to dance. And she is a certified NLP, hypnotherapy, and MER practitioner. So I trust that you are in very good hands for your happiness coaching, and I'll hand it over to Anita.
Thank you, Lakshmi. So today, first of all, I would like to thank you guys for coming to my meetup instead of going and drinking at Cinco de Mayo. Bravo for that. So I know you are very, very serious about your happiness and you want to make some changes in the world around you as well as in yourself. And one of the things I wanted to touch upon today is how important clarity is for happiness. Because not many people talk about clarity and not many people are clear is that what they think they want is what they really want. And that's the cause of most of the unhappiness which I've seen during my tenure in the high-tech industry as well as among my friend circle and the people I know. So today, I wanted to shed some light on the clarity part of it and make sure that people like you understand and people like me also get it that clarity is the power we have on ourselves which can make or break how happy we are both in our professional as well as personal lives. So many individuals like yourself think that they want maybe a successful career, maybe $1 million or $1 billion in the bank. Maybe some might even think, okay, they want Trump out of the office, then they'll be happy, right? or some people might think that if they have that car, or that job, or that significant other, or they have look younger, or be more beautiful, or something else that will make them happy. But are their actions matching their words? Like today, if I say, I will be happy when I'm featured on the cover of the Fortune magazine, but are my actions supporting it, right? Or, for example, Chuck, do you want to say, like, what makes you happy?
Seeing my team win. I'm a coach.
Okay. So, if you want to see your team win, what do you do to make your team win, if that's going to make you happy?
Compliment them when they do things well. Most importantly.
Okay, great. Yeah, compliment is a good way, but how will that make them win unless they improve? If they are doing something not that good, then how does a compliment help them win?
Because it puts them in an attitude of reinforcing their belief that they can do, and then in much more complicated and wordy examples, we look at what the relationship is of what we want them to do to their personal why.
Awesome. So since Chuck is a coach himself, he gets a little gist of it. And so he has a little bit of clarity of why he will be happy when his team wins. Anyone else wants to share something? Okay, so if you see in this picture, from the 0 to around 10, some faces look very happy and some faces look really sad, especially the one closer to the death part are the saddest, and the ones which have achieved the final goals, they are the happiest ones in that one. So, when it comes to messages, when we talk to ourselves, especially the ones who are not coaches or something, sometimes they feel, okay, if I found that person, I will be happy. If I got the perfect job, I will be happy. But we know what we know and what we want, but we must first begin working on what are the key ingredients which will give us the clarity to become happy. So some of the key ingredients for clarity are desire, courage, and commitment. If you are unhappy with yourself, like you see this guy in the picture, there was clapping, that's good. But he is unhappy with himself, but his choices are in life, like he thinks if he gets something, he will be happy, whereas in reality, there is something else bothering him inside his head, which is affecting him with happiness. So even when he gets this, he won't be happy. But when we are unhappy with ourselves, chances are we are unhappy with our life. But who wants to accept that? I guess no one. Because if we can blame the external circumstances, if we can say, oh, if he did this, I would be happy. Or if I would say, oh, if she did not tell me that, I would be so happy. Because it's very good for our ego to blame someone external to ourselves. But even though the blame might make us feel momentarily a little bit better, it's very, very detrimental to our happiness and our clarity, because we are only responsible for our actions. And unless we take full responsibility for what we are doing, we won't have the happiness and we won't have the clarity of what's really making us unhappy. So if you are unhappy with your circumstances, let us go and find the clouds of clarity and bring ourselves some happiness. So look at this guy. He is in a very, very tranquil place where the water is very still and the sky is light, and he has the clarity of purpose of thinking about himself, of what makes him happy. He is looking inside himself, and that's why he is alone, sitting without any company over there, because he wants to make sure that what he wants and desire gets clear so that he is happy in his life. But wait a minute. What percentage of your happiness is dependent on clarity? Anyone? Any number? 10%?
Zero.
25%?
100%.
Okay. Okay, so Rick says it's 0% for clarity.
100.
Ignorance is bliss.
Okay. For Rick or Nick, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Rick says ignorance is bliss. So he has zero clarity for now. Or maybe his clarity is that ignorance is bliss. Okay, so Kamal?
100%.
Okay, so
100%.
So Kamil says it's 100%. So there's a very wide range from 0 to 100, from the right side of the room to the left side of the room. Anyone else?
I say 50. I would say 50% because sometimes we see clarity, but we don't know what it is, and we cannot identify. So we gotta find what is clarity first. So 50-50.
So Nan says that it's 50%. But based on all the feedback I've got, all of you are right in some aspect from what you are thinking, but Kamal has the right answer that 100% of the happiness is dependent on clarity. Because unless we are clear what we want, how will we be happy when we get it? That's the main thing. But I understand Nan's point too, because he was saying that sometimes it can happen, sometimes it not. So he was thinking more in a more philosophical manner rather than the real manner. So there is no right or wrong answer to that. But we need to be clear of what we want in order to be happy. And we need to take accountability for it. So I think all of you, when you signed in, you got a piece of paper. So on a scale of 1 to 10, write how much clarity about happiness you have right now. You don't necessarily need to share unless you want to, but just for your own sake, just write what clarity do you have. Just a number. But you have to ask yourself why you picked that number. If you pick 1, so why not 10? If you pick 9, why not some other number? Because there are lots of different numbers. So did everyone get a number?
Yes.
Okay, great. Someone likes to share?
I pick 8.
Okay, so Nan picked 8. And why did you pick 8?
I don't know, I just like number 8. Well, I pick 8 because life can be perfect, right? We just gotta be happy with what we have and what we do. So it's already great when you think of it, right? Instead of thinking negatively. So I pick 8.
Awesome. So I like the reasoning which Nan gave, like why he picked 8. Because he appreciates everything in life and automatically that makes him happy. So he didn't pick 10 or some other number.
Yeah.
Susanna?
I don't. Do we need the mic?
Okay.
So I picked 9, just because clarity is it's changing all the time. Because right now I'm very clear about what I'm building, but as I'm building it, my vision and my clarity changes because I'm evolving all the time, right? And there's always more, and it's never gonna get done, which is the beauty of it, right?
So great. So Zana says that she picked 9 because when she works through her vision, her clarity changes. But I would say that maybe more what you think or the width of the scope changes, but the clarity, like the end goal, is still the same, right? What you're building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know the zip code.
Yeah.
Then the pieces of it might
Uh-huh.
be different, but the
That's
zip
true.
code stays
Yeah.
the same.
So Kamal.
I would say 9 because I can see I can visualize the end, like what I want, but like you don't always know the how. Like you have a idea, but you don't know every element that has to come through.
Great. So Kamal says she picked 9 because even though she knows the end goal, she doesn't know the how. But we are not worrying about the how. We are worrying about the what we are focusing on right now is are we clear what we exactly want?
Okay.
So as long as we are clear about that, the how will take care of itself.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jen.
So right now we will spend around a few minutes participating in a clarity quiz. It's only 11 questions and it will take very less amount of time. So on your paper you will pick the answers. So this is the first question and it has 4 answers. So you would most likely to be praised for being, whether you want to be praised for being a positive person or you want to be praised for, one moment, let me go back.
By the way, it's none of the
Oh
above.
my God, happy with the animation.
You know how to use it.
See, so the first question is, what would you most like to be praised for being? Whether you want number one is a positive person who is fun to be around, or let me just remove this effect so that I can read the questions for you.
But leave the sound, please. We like to be
No.
enchanted tourists.
Oh, yeah, a little extra music, right? Yeah.
So, you would like to be praised for being, the first choice is a positive person who is fun to be around. Second choice is someone who is inspirational and courageous. Third choice is a great listener and a loyal person. And the fourth one is a go-getter person who makes stuff happen. And in that, you don't have to think too hard. Just go with your gut feeling. There is no right or wrong answer. It's just to improve your clarity.
Do I have to pick one or? I want
Just
to pick
one. No, you can't pick everything.
It's a ration, sorry.
You like my quiz?
But then I'll be happy.
So everyone done? When you are done, then I'll go to the next one. Just pick one. You don't have to think too hard. This is just more like a gut feeling rather than a real thought process. When you are done, please raise your hand so that I know how I can proceed. Okay. So the second question is, to you, it's most important for your career to allow you to have meaningful connection with a group of awesome people. That's first choice. Second choice is the ability to enjoy your job and provide well for your hobbies and lifestyle. The third choice is no limitation and the ability to focus on multiple passions at once.